Now, I want you to listen to Donald Trump asked about this in a press conference yesterday. This was moments before this stuff came out with Trump's taxes. A reporter asked Donald Trump about this report. Have a listen to this.
Sir, does that sound right that you're paying a couple $100s a year of federal income taxes?
It's fake news. It's totally fake news. Made up, fake. We went through the same stories. You could have asked me the same questions 4 years ago. I had to litigate this and talk about it. Totally fake news. No, actually, I paid tax. And you'll see that as soon as my tax returns. It's under audit. They've been under audit for a long time. The IRS does not treat me well. They treat me like the Tea Party, like they treated the Tea Party. They don't treat me well. They treat me very badly. You have people in the IRS, they treat me very, very badly. But they're under audit. And when they're not, I would be proud to show it. But that's just fake news. The New York Times tried it, the same thing. They want to create a little bit of a story, they're doing anything they can. Not only that's the least of it. I mean, the stories that I read are so fake. They're so phony.
Did they tell you this was going to come out today?
No, I didn't know anything about it.
Mr. President.
I think somebody said they were going to do a negative. They always do. They only do negative stories.
I did pay tax. Okay, well then, Mr. President, show your tax returns. Oh, well, they're under audit. They've been under audit for 4 years. It goes on further when the president decides to attack the New York Times now. Have a listen to this.
I don't think I used to get good stories in the New York Times when I ran for office, and I happen to be conservative Republican. I don't think we've had a good story. They predicted my loss 4 years ago. They then apologized for their bad reporting. Then they predicted the FBI and all of these things. That's now proven to be a hoax, a complete hoax. They got Pulitzer Prizes along with the Washington Post. They should give all those Pulitzer Prizes back because everything was wrong. I mean, it was so bad. Their reporting was so bad, they were wrong. It was exactly the opposite. Now, there are people that should get Pulitzer Prizes. Solomon, Carter. They're not in the business of Pulitzer Prizes, but Sean Hannity got it right. Lou Dobbs got it right. Laura got it right. Many people Tucker got it right. There were many people that got it right.
J.D. Sharp got it right.
I don't know what they get other than a great salary and great ratings. I mean, I don't.
So, by the way, just so people are aware, we learned that Tucker Carlson in a lawsuit, a judge said in New York District Court that nobody should reasonably believe anything that Tucker Carlson says on his show. It's kind of funny, just a little sidebar, little side note
only about $25 million a week do you believe what he says in his show.
That's
not too many.
So those are listeners, and just because somebody has a lot of listeners, just as Bill O'Reilly did, doesn't mean what somebody's saying is credible and what somebody's saying is the truth.
Tucker destroyed Bill's audience. Tucker broke the record for cable audience. By the way,
just so you're aware, JD, because I don't think you're aware of what I'm talking about. Clearly you're not. It was actually Fox News' defense. Fox News' defense is that nobody should actually take Tucker Carlson seriously. That's what Fox News said. That is the top at Fox News in court documents. So for you to say that, 25 million should take him seriously. Well, Fox News, guess what? His employers would disagree with you on that one. But anyway, that's a sidebar. I just wanted to throw that one in there.
So why are we not talking about the $1 million Trump paid in 2016, the $4.2 million paid in 2017, and the $9.7 million in business investment credits that he had from renovating the old post office hotel, which qualified him for a historic preservation tax break? Why we're not talking about that? So that the $750 is in addition to what he paid under those circumstances. And again, Donald Trump, when he
according to who?
He was getting paid through the Trump organization.
Well, where are you getting that from?
Before he was president.
No, I want to know where you got that information from, because that's the first time I've heard it.
It's in the article. It's at the bottom of the article.
Okay, so according to the New York Times,
yes, it's in the article, correct?
According to the New York Times, 10 of the last 15 years, this man didn't pay any federal income taxes. Okay,
and he probably paid a lot for 5 of those years to cover the 3 or 4 years in the past.
You're making an assumption, and you don't know that to be fact.
Brian, he is a real estate developer. He was paid through the Trump organization.
You're making an assumption.
Which he owns,
we don't know that.
Which he owns. Brian, you're making a massive assumption.
No, I'm not.
Based on something that you don't that there's no proof of. That's based on unnamed sources, kind of like the Atlantic article.
Okay,
so how are you not making an assumption?
So I'll
that
answer
I am?
your question.
All I'm saying is, Brian.
Let me answer your question.
I know Stein's sending you stuff. And I don't need that, Stein. I don't need that stuff.
I don't know what you're
talking about. But that being said, how has Donald Trump made any money in office if he is not making money off the Trump organization, if he is not getting paid to be president of the United States, how is he making money right now as the president of the United States? And if he's not making money, why would he pay federal income tax on money he's not making?
Then tell me why he's under investigation in New York.
the same reason why the New York Times are attacking Trump whenever they can. I mean,
so you're saying the DA has him under investigation just for political reasons? Is that your defense?
The DA has been quoted by saying she wants to get him out of office. Yes, absolutely,
Okay, so
Brian.
you think
Look it up. It's all there.
Okay, so I got you.
Okay, fine.
So this entire investigation.
Well, and he's obviously
if I can please talk now.
His returns are under audit.
If I can please
clearly
talk.
that's been established. Well, you interrupted me about 2 minutes ago, bro, which is totally fine.
I did not.
I'm not going to get mad about it.
I did not.
You actually did,
okay,
but that's fine.
I don't
want to bicker with you,
Well,
Brian.
I'm just asking.
But I'm asking you, how is Donald Trump making money right now as president of the United States?
Okay,
How is he producing revenue? Who is paying him? He gets
just
paid
waiting for you to stop
$400K
talking.
plus from the country. He gives that back. He is no longer a part of the Trump organization. He has a blind trust. Eric and Don Jr. run the Trump organization. So how is Donald Trump Jr. making money? And why are we not talking about the $5.2 million he paid in taxes to the U.S. Treasury Department in 2016 and 2017? The $750 is on top of that. Why are we not talking about that? Why are we discussing the fact that as a real estate developer, by the way, he took out, I think, he usually takes out mortgages 1/3 or 1/4 of the property that he built. That's happened for a long time. There are very few real estate developers. Like if I go and I try to buy 5 houses,
I'm eating my berries, by the way.
They're great.
Go ahead, you can keep talking.
I love those. I love those berries. If I try to buy 5 houses
These berries are so good.
in Las Vegas for $3.5 million, and they require a credit score of, we'll call it 750 and 20% down. I'm spending $700,000 and I'm getting $2.8 million lent to me. I'm highly leveraged under those circumstances. Imagine that with a $150 million building or a $2 billion building or a $250 million property. And then how do you act surprised when the conversation of debt occurs? Now, the fact that those loans are personally guaranteed by Trump, and we don't know if that's under the Trump organization or by Trump himself, to me, that I'd like to know more about that. But an organization like the Trump organization, who probably has $5 to $7 billion in real estate under their portfolio, if you actually add it all up, having $330 or $400 million in coming loans, to me is honestly the opposite of news. It's not even surprising. And had Trump's lawyers, had Trump's accountants, had they broken the law, had they not followed the tax code and tried to actually evade paying taxes, kind of like Al Capone did, which is what now Trump is being compared to, that'd be a whole totally different conversation. That didn't happen here. They followed the tax code. They just happened to be good at their jobs. And Donald Trump's tax attorney and his accountants being good at their jobs is not news, Brian.